If it's happening in New York, New Jersey, or Long Island, hear about it with Joe Piscopo. Mornings, 6 to 10 on AM 970. The Answer.
Portions of this show sponsored by Hudson Honda.
Jersey Joe on the radio, 826 on AM 970 The Answer. Check out am970theanswer.com. You get a chance, even on your phone, you're going to see the great Scott LoBaido. This is a friend, and I've had such good times with Scott, thanks to Frank Siller at the Siller Foundation, probably the greatest nonprofit out there, really, the Tunnels to Towers Foundation. I've seen Scott do his thing at auctions, dedicate his time. I have to tell you this, and not just because you're Italian, not just because you're from the great borough of Staten Island. You are one of the great artists of the 21st century. It's so original what you do. But it's true, though, man. When you look at, you could put your stuff against Norman Rockwell. You could put yourself against some of the Jackson Pollock work. What you do, the texture of it, that way it explodes. Scott, this is a great thing. Now, you have the courage. And again, I'm so objective on the show. Pragmatic is the word I use. We just want what's best for the country. But you appreciate President Trump, and you paint President Trump. It must tick off everybody in New York, huh?
Yeah, well, I've always been the outsider in New York. I mean, I've been the pro-American and a sleeve-wearing Republican for the last 30 years. The art world, I'm a leper. I'm a leper. I'm the redheaded stepchild in the art world. And I beat them at the Roe game because I became successful without, their elitist, selective agenda. Yeah. And all due respect to them, but, it's the tolerance that they preach. But yet, you could be anything. Any homocentric kind of violent art is accepted, and that's fine. That's art. But whoa. This guy's from Staten Island. He doesn't pronounce his R's. He's a Republican. He's a flag-waving, military-loving. No. He can't be part of the art world. He's out.
You drive him crazy.
So I like to, and listen, I support you. Listen, a good friend of mine came up to me the other day. Big dude, big burly dude. Scott, you know how much I'm a big fan of yours. I love that thing you did with the flag. And he goes, and he whispers, and by the way, I'm like you. I really like Trump.
You whisper.
I said, dude, what the hell are you whispering for? This isn't Nazi Germany. This is America.
I know.
Why are we all in the closet? Why are we whispering? This is America.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like this.
It's a good point. They look for a sign. They look for a sign that you go, how so? They'll ask this, like Frankie and I were talking. So, what do you think about the president? Like that. They look at you, and then when you go, I like the guy. I voted for him. I'm voting for him again. Boom! Then they open it up, but they're afraid to say it. They're afraid to say.
I understand some people, like, I got some friends in business, and it's like, they got to be a little, I kind of get it, but just in general, everyday people at work, work hard. And like, what are you kidding me? I should not be speaking out for Trump. Again, the art world is.
You are courageous, my friend, and I don't say it just because I don't look at. I always say I got no skin in the game politically. I don't idolize anybody, but you have such courage, being patriotic as you are. Have you met the president?
No. He actually called.
He did. He called when
remember,
that was the best.
Built that giant.
Tell us about that. That was great on your lawn.
Yeah, on a friend of mine's lawn. He lets me use it as my gallery, because I can't get art. Art organizations don't let me use.
They won't let you use galleries.
They won't do anything.
God forbid.
No. Yeah, it's horrible. So I use private property. I'll just put something on Facebook. Like I need to put up this sculpture of this or whatever it is. Sometimes it's just a work of art. Sometimes it's political. And this guy Sam Perizzola, a good friend of mine, he's like, you could use my property. So I built this giant red, white, and blue T, 12 foot.
I remember. Yeah.
And somebody burnt it down. And it was big news because it was right near the guy's house where his family was sleeping. And it was big news and anything. I mean, just the story went worldwide.
Yeah, I remember.
And so I was like, the next day I went back to the house. I said, Sam, I want to build this thing bigger now.
Wow.
Geez, don't bleep me. No, bleep you.
Yeah.
And Donald Trump, we reached out to the campaign. He wound up calling the house. The first thing he said was, Sam, is the family okay? First thing he said, this ogre of a beast that Trump is, this careless man. And then, he was like, and he goes, is Scott there? Let me talk to Scott. And he got on the phone. I said, hey, he goes, you guys are more famous than me today. That was the first thing he says, is you're more popular than me. And he just said, thanks for what you guys do, your work. We love Staten Island. Staten Island helped me on the map.
Yeah.
And it was nice. And I said, Mr. Trump, don't worry about it. I'm building it again, and I'm going to build it huge.
Yeah, huge.
And that just, again, tweak. Just give that tweak.
But
that's what we do.
It's
provocatives.
Walk us through when you go, and we're at the Tunnel to Towers, and 35,000 people who just ran the run, helping out wounded veterans, helping out the America's bravest, and then Scott LoBaido gets up there on the stage. And you unveil the greatest paintings. How did you come up with this idea?
Well, I do this 3-minute speed painting to music. Usually Danny Rodriguez, the great tenor, the great singing policeman, his America the Beautiful. In 3 minutes, I just fling paint on this canvas, and it grows into this beautiful American flag. But so many artists are doing speed painting, so I've been doing it for 15 years. I had to come up with something different. So I created the peel down, where I paint something underneath that's already there. It's covered with tape, and then painted over, so you just see a blank canvas. So at the end of the song, when it's America, I just peel down this tape and reveal something, usually like patriotic, an eagle or something, or Twin Towers.
You described it better than I ever could. Beautiful.
And it just blows people out of the water because they don't expect that.
And if you're listening and you're watching, what Scott does, he literally peels off parts of it, and you don't see it. You don't see it coming. You just say, wait, what is he doing? What did he paint? It just looks like beautiful colors.
Right. It doesn't look like a flag's being created.
How did you develop this?
It's just a gift, man. Just constantly practicing and working and just being an artist. It's a gift. I always say my favorite line is, God gave me this gift. My parents molded my talent.
Yeah.
And the men and women of the armed forces allow me the right to express it.
Oh, God bless you. And we're looking at some of Scott's work right there.
Look at this piece is, listen, this is, I got to say this. I am so lucky this year. I'm hooked up with the Spirit of Liberty Foundation in California, reached out to me. That is the first piece. It's 4 feet by 6 feet. The first piece of a series I'm working on of all the war memorials. I'm working on the World War II memorial right now as we speak.
Wow.
And it's going to travel around the country. First stop is at the Pentagon. It's going to travel. And that was the first painting any artist was ever allowed to paint in Arlington Cemetery. And they allowed me to finish that.
Oh my God!
To do that piece with
you go off from looking. You actually stay that you'll be at the World War II.
I started the painting early. I started, and then I go there with the painting, not completed, and I finish it there. So people get to
man. Yeah, this is sensational. Did you go to school for this by chance?
No.
Hey, go ahead. What are we looking at here?
All right, this is the piece I was telling you about.
Right, we have it in the studio here. If I may, Frankie. Thank you, Five Bros.
This is a print of the original painting for my man Joe here.
Look at this. Well, you got to check this out. Yeah, you got this, George, live. If you can get tight on that. Look at that. That is Donald Trump in a T-shirt.
Yeah, but he's
he's jacked as Jack could be, and his arms are folded. And what does it say right there?
POTUS 45.
POTUS 45. Look at this.
The new sheriff in town. So anyway, I did
the red, white, blue behind him. God, you were the best.
This is exactly what I did with that speed painting thing. I painted the flag. It was at the Deplorable.
Did you go to that?
Yes.
Down in Washington?
Yes.
I was supposed to be
the
there.
The night before. It was.
I went home in Atlantic City. You were there. I heard that was a great ball. You went there.
Brought the
so
house
tell me
down.
tell me what you did at the Deplorable.
So meanwhile, there's 1,000 thugs outside.
Yeah. I remember
throwing. Yeah, the Tobacco Brothers are there. They're getting hit with bottles and rocks, and cops were getting hit with stuff. It was just horrible because they knew we were here having this great, moment, our moment.
Yeah.
So I get on stage and I do the speed painting of the flag thing, and nobody's expecting, and I peel down the tape to reveal this jacked up Donald Trump, and the crowd went crazy. And then it, spread around face. People who hate Trump despise it.
Yeah.
So this friend of mine, Nick, approaches me. He goes, Scott, I have this traveling billboard. It's gigantic. I want to do something with Trump. And I said, I got it. Because this was a couple of weeks back when the portraits came out of the Obamas.
Yeah.
Remember the artists?
Yeah.
People reached out to me.
Looked like Michelle, too.
Yeah. She didn't look too much. But again, everyone was like, what do you think? You must think it's disgusting. I'm an artist.
Interpretation. Yeah, right.
It's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
It's in the eyes of the beholder.
There you go.
Just like my work here, which wasn't taken too well. So I said, this is the moment for me to unveil and show the portrait that I did of my president. And I said, we got to put it on put this. It's 12 feet by 22 feet long on this billboard that you saw on the side of this truck, 22 feet long, and it says, portrait of the president who is fighting for all Americans. Now, we started in the Lower East Side just a couple weeks ago.
In New York City.
Yes.
De Blasio land.
Yes.
Oh.
We went everywhere. We went through City Hall. We went through we went through the East Village, when we got booed over there. Then we went to Lower Manhattan in the financial district. We got love over there. Then we went through Times Square, and it was love and hate. And that's what art is.
Exactly.
To do,
I was just going to say
to
that.
provoke emotion. Sometimes, again, you see some of my stuff. It makes you cry.
That's
with
right.
veterans and stuff
That's
I do. It's a certain emotion, and then I know how to, twist you como si can.
And I know you push the buttons. You push the buttons, but as a great artist would. As you're supposed to do. Make you think.
Art, yes,
that's right.
It makes it, regardless of what you think. Even with my Trump. Look, I just see something. I'm a regular guy.
Yeah.
I travel the country every couple of years to paint flags in every state.
Yeah.
And who do I meet? I meet regular people.
Yeah.
That's what Staten Island stands out. That's why Staten Island stands out more than any other place in this city. We are, Cody, Wyoming. Yeah. We're working people. Yeah. Yeah. We're tired of the regulations and the over-the-top political correct bull. Yeah. So, it's
Scott, we're going to go to the break. Where can we find you? There's a great website that you have. Where can we find you there?
It's ScottLoBaido.com.
Okay.
And then just Google my name or just go to Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't keep up with my
You
website.
can purchase the art there as well, correct?
Yeah, you could. Okay. I sell out so quick. I mean, it's nice that my work is in such popular demand because I started this flag thing back in the 90s when nobody wanted it.
Politics aside, you're a great artist, man. I'm telling
Thank
you.
I
Just
appreciate that.
every aspect of it is spectacular. The fact that you stay in New York, the fact that you're Italian, I'm just saying. One of the great Italian artists right there, Scott LoBaido. You got to check it out. Thanks for coming in early, man. And thank you so much.
Everybody knows this guy. Now, everybody knows he can do a radio show. Joe Piscopo. Mornings, 6 to 10 on AM 970. The Answer.